we're going to be talking about incontinence. And I have with me here Crystal O'Connor, who is a doctor of physical therapy, and she works here at Hennis Care Center in Bolivar, Ohio. Crystal, thanks for talking with me today. I know this is a problem that a lot of people have, but at the same time it's kind of hush-hush. I mean, people don't seem to want to talk about urinary incontinence. First of all, could you explain exactly what urinary incontinence is?
Sure. Urinary incontinence is your body's inability to hold urine and it being able to control your bladder and to reach the toilet per se. There's two different types of incontinence. There's stress incontinence, where a lot of times people experience that when maybe they're coughing or laughing, where you maybe have a few dribbles in their pants. There's also urge incontinence, where you have that urge to go. You may have just maybe gone to the bathroom 20 minutes ago, but you feel like you have that urge to go again, and then they can't control that urine before they get to the bathroom. So
I can see that this would really impact people's lives. You know, people might hesitate to go out in public if they're afraid they're going to have an accident.
Oh yes, it affects people's quality of life. It places them at a higher fall risk a lot of times because people are rushing to the bathroom to get there so they don't have the accident. They try to have a tendency to isolate themselves because of fear of having an accident. And it can, create a lot of problems down the road for people. Also expenses, where the incontinence products that are used, are rather expensive. Yeah.
Well, and I can speak from personal experience. Having to start getting up during the night, to use the bathroom, and so, what can we do about this problem? I mean, you hear about medication and you hear about surgery, but a lot of times, those seem so extreme. Are there other things that can be done?
Exactly. I like medication and surgery to be the last resort, and try to see how we can do to modify our lifestyle to improve the incontinence and improve our quality of life. One thing that people can do is watch their diet. That's an easy fix. Decrease your coffee usage, maybe not as much tomato-based products, spaghetti sauces, tomato juice. Those tend to irritate the bladder. And then also something that we should probably all do is drink water. That helps keep the concentration of urine in your body where it doesn't have a tendency to irritate your bladder. A lot of times people have a tendency after dinner to cut off their water intake, their fluid intake, for fear that they may have to get up at night to go to the bathroom, but then they find themselves getting up anyway because the urine it's still being produced and it irritates their bladder.
So you had talked about coffee. Is it the caffeine?
It's the caffeine that acts as the irritant. It's the acid and the caffeine that irritates the bladder.
Okay. Other than watching your diet, and what you're drinking, are there other things that we can do?
Of course, there's ways that you can. There's exercises that you can do. For example, the one that I show my patients right off the bat is using a ball.
Okay.
And so grabbing a ball maybe from your Dollar General or Walmart's or things like that, where you just put it right between your knees. And then also we have a TheraBand here. If you don't have a band, don't worry about it. But you use a band as well, wrapping it around your legs. And then keeping your feet flat on the floor is key. And so I'm going to wrap this around my legs here and clip it. If you don't have a clip, you can just, tie it in a knot. And then what you're going to do is gently squeeze the ball with your knees. Hold it for about 5-10 seconds and then relax and then pull your knees apart. Try to keep that ball there the whole time. That's key. So you want to squeeze again and then relax. This exercise helps strengthen the muscles around your bladder to help hold that urine in, so you don't have as many incontinence episodes. Help keep those muscles stronger.
Well, and I had heard before that walking is a great thing, but there are so many people, especially elderly and disabled people, who just can't get up and walk. So it seems like this might be a great way of still exercising those muscles. This could be done in bed, could be done in a wheelchair.
Oh, by all means, yeah. any place that you can get to that you can, do this exercise, basically. So, I use this for a lot of my patients, even if they don't have urinary problems, that this is a good prevention, and it's easy to do. It's a low impact kind of exercise.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now I'm aware of a biofeedback program you also offer here at Hennis. What is that?
Yeah, well, biofeedback is basically a way that what we use is a computer, and it's gives you an idea of how strong you're contracting your bladder muscles, and it kind of gives you that feedback to make a stronger contraction. It gives us an idea too how strong and how long you can hold that contraction. A lot of times you're more geared towards holding it for longer duration, an endurance type of thing, where you can strengthen those muscles so you can make it to the toilet. So it's more of an endurance type of activity. So we would hook you up to a machine. We have different types of probes and equipment that we would use to hook you up to the machine so that we could see how strong those muscles are.
That's good. And I think I've seen too this physiological quieting. What does that have to do? I mean, isn't your bladder strictly a physical thing? I mean, how does your mental state have anything to do with that?
A lot of times stress has a lot to play a role in our bladder. It's kind of, that doesn't really make sense, but if you can relax your body and relax those muscles, it kind of calms you so that you don't have that urge so much to feel like you have to go. So taking time out each day to kind of quiet the body also helps. So we do that with our patients.
I mean, this almost sounds too good to be true. Do you actually have good results doing, the exercise and the diet modification? And
yes, we do actually. A lot of my patients report to me that they have an improved quality of life, where they feel like they can go out. They can go for longer car rides and leave the home and not have to worry about where a bathroom is on the way. So that's a big improvement in my book, I think. And they also report decreasing in expense. They may not get rid of the incontinence products completely, but they find themselves using less pads each day, or less the Depends products or something each day, where they can use that money to other things. So.
Sure, that sounds great. Well, I will put a link to Hennis Care Center on his Facebook page, and how else could they contact you? What's the phone number here?
The phone number actually is 330-874-9999, and just ask for me, Crystal, and we can help you with the process of getting an appointment and getting therapy set up to help your issues as well.
Does somebody need a doctor's order first to do that?
Most times for insurance to cover this service, going out to see your doctor first. And if you don't know how to go about doing that, we can help you with that as well. So
okay. Well, great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
That was very helpful.
All right, very good.